All right, guys, welcome back to week 8. If this is your first time joining, my name is Andrew Fillion. I've been preparing for a men's physique natural bodybuilding show. I have 8 weeks to go. I'm really excited. There's been so much progress in the past few weeks. This is the best I've ever felt preparing for a show. To give you guys a little background of my training style, I've really got 2 key components that I've been really focusing on to keep myself, 1, losing weight, but also 2, holding on to muscle mass. So the first thing that I've been doing, aside from making sure that I'm getting my daily requirement for calories, I've also been implementing 72-hour fasts every Monday through Wednesday. What this allows me to do is to lose an incredible amount of fat in a short period of time, and then I can refeed on the other 4 days of the week with a lot of carbohydrates and a lot of protein. This is going to make sure that I'm holding on to muscle mass. As far as my training goes, what I've been doing is I've been focusing on very heavy squats, deadlifts, and farmer's carries. This is to stimulate as much preservation of muscle mass as I can. I'm going to be dropping into the single digits body fat percentage pretty soon. As of this past week, I do believe I got down to about 10%, maybe slightly below. So in the coming weeks, I'm expecting to lose about 1.5% body fat per week. I believe by around week 5, I should be stage lean. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm going to continue fasting like this at stage lean, but what it does mean is I would like to get to that level of body fat percentage early, a few weeks ahead of time. That way I can make corrective action if I need to, especially in the muscle mass category. If you go into a competition losing the last bit of fat the very week before the show, what can happen is you're doing so much cardio and you're so calorie restricted that you kind of shrivel up like a raisin. You're not going to look as big on stage, and it's really going to show. So what I'm trying to do is get stage lean a few weeks ahead of time so that I can have a very small period of time where I do increase the calories, and I also want to make sure I'm lifting very heavy and getting in a lot of protein. Once I get to about 1 week out from the show, I'll do a final fast, 72 hours, just as I've been doing. I'll do a nice carb load, I'll go compete, and it's going to be business as usual. The nice thing about fasting is that it really does complement peak week very well. A lot of the times with a peak week, if you don't know what that is, the week before a show, you want to drain your body of all of its water. So that's going to include water in the bloodstream, it's going to include water in the skin, it's going to be water everywhere. In this period of time, you can lose easily 10 pounds. So what's going on when you fast, you're going to be doing that by default. You're not taking in food. And by not taking in food, your insulin is going to stay low, which means your kidneys are going to start kicking water and also kicking sodium. This is going to allow you to drain a lot of water weight in a very short time span. Now, the nice thing about doing these weekly fasts is that it allows me to train in this style. You know, a lot of guys, they do a peak week. It's really their only experience for the whole prep doing something like that. And they say practice makes perfect. Hold on, I got an eyelash. Now, as they say, practice makes perfect, but a lot of people aren't really practicing their peak weeks, so they go into the show and they're all loopy in the head. They're not used to having such low water levels in the body or being as severely calorie restricted the week before the show that you have to be to get that way. So for me, the fasting is an amazing protocol. I'm going to continue doing that until I get to the physique that I want, and then from there slow things down and also maintain as heavy a weightlifting as I can during this time. So that covers off that. What I'm going to do from here is I'll take you guys inside. I'm going to show you guys my weigh-in. Then we're going to do a physique update. I'll spin in 360, and then after that what I'll do is I'll take you guys into the office where I'm going to break down my macros for the week, including what was going on while I was fasting. You'll be able to see in my spreadsheets that I'm making progress in real time. And guys, this stuff is living proof that fasting works. I'm a humongous fan of fasting. You'll hear me talking about it a lot, especially over the next few weeks as I continue to do regular fasts. You don't really need to do a lot of these crazy diets to lose weight. If you can fast even 1 or 2 days a week, you can live a normal life, especially on the weekends, which is where most people fail. If you can fast during the week, they cancel each other out. Plus, you're getting so many other health benefits through fasting. I highly recommend it, and I hope that this video series might change a few minds on the benefits of fasting. So with that, let's go inside and I'll show you guys my weigh-in. So I've just weighed in. I was 188.2, which is totally normal. I've done refeeding this weekend. I was down to 183 on Thursday morning. Now I'm 188 on Sunday. But trust me, through this week, I'm going to really shoot down. I wouldn't be surprised if I get as low as 181, possibly even 180. That would be great by next Thursday morning. So with that, I'm gonna go run you guys over here. We'll do some quarter turns and then I'll run you guys in the office. Alright, so here we are. I'm in the office. It's week 8. I'm going to run you guys through my steps, my weight, and then my macros, especially the fasting macros. Jumping right into it, we've got our week 8 steps. Look at this, guys. I've been walking like crazy, just about 12 miles every day. I think only Thursday was a little bit of a low day, only because it rained. So still got 8 miles in that day. This is what I really like to see. Walking is going to be incredible for calorie burning, especially while you're fasted. You can see I fasted Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and in that time frame, I walked roughly like 32 miles or so. That's a lot of walking, guys. It's about a pound of fat, really. So I'm very happy with that. Jumping into the weight, guys, this is where the magic is. Look at this. Monday, I started out at 190. Thursday, I got all the way down to 183. This is amazing. Just to give a frame of reference, the leanest I've ever been competing for any of the 4 shows I've done before was 172 pounds. That was before my refeed getting on stage. So I'm 8 weeks out, hitting 183. That means I'm only 10 pounds away from the leanest I've ever been. So I'm breezing through this cut. I have a good feeling that by next Thursday, I should easily be at 180. I think. We'll see if I'm right about that, but I'm feeling pretty confident and everything so far has just really been going well. You can see Friday I had my Thursday night I had my refeed. So you can see right here, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, checking in at about 188. Not too bad because this is a refeed. I'm carb loading. I'm making sure my body is fully restored before I jump into the next fast, where I should be able to expect about 3 pounds of fat burned over that time frame. See, I'm walking about 12 miles per day on top of fasting. That gets me to roughly 3,500 calories per day. That's a pound of fat. You add 3 of those together and you've got 3 pounds. If I can maintain this, could be stage lean as soon as 3 weeks from now, which is pretty awesome. A lot of people spend a really long time cutting. I mean a really long time cutting. And it really kind of wears you down and grinds you to a halt in all aspects of your life. If I'm stage lean 5 weeks out, that means I have time in my life to go and do other things. So the faster you lose that weight, the faster you can do other things. I'm very, very happy with this progress. Jumping into the macros here. This is what's going to probably be very interesting for a lot of people. So look at this, all right? Sunday, before I jump into the fast, you have a nice kind of medium day, right? 350 carbs, protein was around 200, 2,600 calories. This is the day before the fast. So, I'm not really overdoing it. It's kind of like a maintenance day. Jumping right into my fast, all I did was log black coffee. So you see 10 calories. I wanted to at least have something in my fitness pal, that way when I export, I at least have something I can log that day. Otherwise it kind of screws up the export file if you have like blanks. So that's what that's for. Otherwise, coffee all day probably was about 10 calories. Obviously not concerned with that. But look how amazing this is. This is a real fast. I went 80 hours, which is just shy of a day and a half. I started Sunday night around 9 p.m. And Thursday morning, I'll admit, I woke up pretty early. So I ate as soon as I woke up. It's like 4 in the morning. When you fast, you wake up really early, and it's not like you're tired. It's just like, for whatever reason, while fasting, you just don't need as much sleep. So I woke up at 4. I figured, well, this is, time to start the day a little earlier than I'd like, but if you're awake, you're awake. So I had a relatively big breakfast. As you can see, Thursday, lots of food. 665 grams of carbs, 300 grams of protein. I felt like, if you've ever watched Dragon Ball Z, I felt like I took a senzu bean. Like, this was like my life coming back together. Arms, everything was filling out. I could see it in real time. Felt incredible. I've really felt good all weekend. I really like this lifestyle because Monday through Wednesday, that's like business. I'm working, I'm training clients. I don't necessarily need to feel good then. Weekend hits, I want to socialize with friends. I'm eating all the food. I'm eating everything. I'm not like going overboard or like trying to go out of my way to eat as much as possible, but if I'm having social dinners, I'm not restricting myself in any capacity. I'm eating the food, I'm feeling good. And today I'm going to ease back into fasting. All I'm going to have today is berries and salmon. So I'm going to have 2 pounds of salmon, about 2 pounds of berries, and really that's going to be about it. So today I'm looking at about 2,000 calories, maybe slightly less. And most of those calories are going to come from protein and fat. That's going to help me kind of ease into ketosis so that by tomorrow morning, have a black coffee, skip breakfast, I should be able to just kind of ease into the fast. I don't think I'll go till Thursday morning this time. I do think I'll break it Wednesday night, simply because waking up at 4 in the morning wasn't really the greatest. And at that stage, you're really only getting like an extra couple hours of fasting. I think in the long run, it's not that big of a deal. It might be easier to just have something small for dinner Wednesday night, and then I can carb load again next Thursday. So all in all, this is the plan. This is the training plan. I'm going to be doing this basically every week until I get down to about 175. I get to 175, I'll probably put a cap in it. I'll fast every Monday all the way up to the show. That's like a given at this point. But the 3-day long fast, I'll probably stop once I hit my goal weight and just maintain all the way to around week 2. That's when I'm going to want to start thinking about getting to 5% body fat as quickly as I can. And when the show's done, I want to get out of 5% body fat as fast as I can. Your body really shouldn't be that lean for any length of time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like bodybuilding. It's a fun hobby. I really enjoy it. But being stage lean, I would not call healthy. So the plan is to get in and get out, go back to maybe 7-8% body fat immediately after the show, maintain that for life. That's my strategy. And with fasting, that's possible because I can fast every Monday. That's gonna pretty much cancel out any weight gain that I put together throughout the week. If I really have to, I can fast Tuesday. So I wanna stay around 8-9% body fat year round. That's kind of my target. And I think with this, it's possible. I've been doing this for the past year, but I keep getting better at it. So I think as I go, I'm going to continue being better, more refined at my fasting, and hopefully what I really want is to get some of you guys into fasting too. I have a lot of friends that tell me, that look, we're bodybuilders, we struggle with body dysmorphia. It is what it is. And I have a lot of friends that are asking like, oh, I'm not gonna get big unless I do this or that, PEDs. And I really want to steer people away from PEDs. That's kind of the goal of this whole channel. So anyways, I'm gonna leave things here. If you like this video, go ahead and like it. Also subscribe, everything helps. And if you wanna talk with me one-on-one, we can put on a consult. I can do for you guys what I do for me through my online coaching program. I don't sell programs, but I do one-on-one clients. So with that, if you like what you've heard, in my description will be a link to my link tree. You can contact me through there and we can set something up. So with that, I'm gonna leave this here. I will see you guys next week. Peace.